Good morning, everyone. Charge Patroller here from the mask-wearing militant state of Michigan. Today, I have a rather interesting story. I find it interesting. It involves a internet sports show. Probably it's got a podcast as well called Outkick. Now, Outkick was actually started by Clay Travis, who you see on some of the, if you go to YouTube and look up Outkick, you'll find Clay doing a lot of vlogs, a lot of segments. He does a show, probably a podcast or an online show. I don't know. I've only seen the YouTube vlogs. What he started, what is Outkick now, was Outkick the coverage back in 2011. He was the sole owner of Outkick the coverage. Well, in 2020, Clay decided to, I guess you could say, expand the ownership, and he offered partnerships to two different individuals. One was Jason Whitlock, a very good sports social journalist. In case you don't know, Outkick is very unwoke, very non-political. It's very sports oriented, and they kind of tell things the way it is. That is Jason Whitlock. If you don't read Jason or follow Jason, I recommend you do. I recommend Outkick too. It's a great channel. Well, anyways, he had offered Jason a partnership. And he also offered a gentleman by the name of Sam Savage partnership as well. Now, why after 11 years he needs partners, I don't know. But anyways, he offers these two individuals partnerships. Jason's partnership, his share of the partnership was based on his writing or his journalism, shall we say, work. As Jason put it, his sweat equity. Sam Savage owns Savage Ventures. It's really a media type company where they find businesses that they are very highly interested in. They get involved in marketing these businesses. They start driving up users, views, and if they succeed, they eventually sell these companies. They help these companies get bought out. Well, Sam's part of the partnership was $500,000. So this was just a little bit before June of 2020. So when Jason, Outkick is home base is Nashville, Tennessee. So when Jason arrives in Nashville in June of 2020 to start working at Outkick, to start fulfilling his end of the partnership agreement, he's told by Clay Travis, that Outkick is doing so well that Sam Savage no longer has to pony up the $500,000. Now, this didn't sit well with Jason. It probably wouldn't sit well with a lot of people. But you have to remember, Jason didn't put any money into it as well. But I think the real kick in the pants for Jason, or for anyone for that fact, was that not only did that Sam was offered a partnership, he no longer had to pony up the $500,000, but Savage Ventures was charging Outkick $42,000 a month for services. $42,000 a month for services. That's almost the $500,000 that he had to come up with. So Jason, in his opinion, thought that not only was it not right that Sam Savage didn't have to put up the $500,000, but he didn't think that Savage Ventures was needed, or the work was not at the level of professionalism he thought it should be. So Jason made a demand that Sam pony up the $500,000 and they, shall we say, disassociate with Savage Ventures. Well, that didn't happen. So in November of 2020, Jason told him that he would be leaving. And in January of this year, it was announced that Jason Whitlock was no longer at Outkick. Now, I mean, Jason had a right to do that. I'm not sure first where all of a sudden all the money was coming in. Why they decided to, let Sam Savage slip by on the $500K. Again, Jason was going to earn his partnership through writing and whatnot. So he didn't have a financial stake in it. The only person to that point in time that had any financial stake into it was really Clay Travis. And any money he generated through memberships and advertising and whatnot. I mean, up until yesterday, if you watch some of his vlogs, the advertisements he does on his vlogs are for Nashville real estate agents. He does have a big sponsorship with, or advertiser on one of the big gambling sites. The betting, sports betting. But anyways, to make a long story short, and I apologize for that, but yesterday, Clay Travis announced that Outkick was purchased by Fox Sports. And in Clay's own words, this buyout agreement made him super rich. So rich, in fact, that he never has to worry about money again. His children will never have to worry about money. And his grandkids will never have to worry about money. Generational wealth on steroids. And I'm sure that Sam Savage is sticking around too. It looks like, maybe with Jason leaving, who knows how the partnership was, if it was 50-50 or if Clay kept 66%. But I have to be kind of wondering what Jason Whitlock is thinking right now. I mean, had he just maybe kind of dealt with it From January of 5 months, 5 months would have made him a multi-millionaire. All of it over $500,000. And he would have been in a company from June of last year, less than a year, 11 months. Been in a company for 11 months, never had to put in a nickel of his own money, and would have been a multi-millionaire. That's got to be a kick in the balls. I don't care how much Jason says it wasn't about the money. It was about, the agreement that was made and whatnot. You can say it all you want. You can walk out the door, I guess, with your pride intact. But that was a heavy price to pay. A very heavy price to pay. So with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.